Hey, greetings programs, it's BC from Alloy 7 and thank you for tuning into my review for Dying Light on the PC. What if I told you that Dying Light is not an open world adventure, but a linear first-person platforming game that merely gives the illusion of freedom by baking errand-running side tasks within a respectably large map into the recipe? Oh, and there's melee and ranged combat mixed in with that platforming. If I sound a bit agitated, it's because I am. Not because Dying Light is a bad game, but because it's one more game in the pile of my past experiences where I did a poor job of managing my expectations. You see, I expected an open-world zombie apocalypse where I could build a protagonist from a fledgling fighter into a heavyweight champion gun-toting machine. I expected a world filled with random items that would beg me to explore it. What I got was a world of abandoned houses with some baklava in the fridge, and the occasional blueprint to build a stronger weapon that, much like my motivation to play, would eventually break. Alright, you guys know I like to break these videos down into our patented gamer categories, so let's start off with the Action Junkies category. Fluid is the most appropriate word I can use to describe Dying Light's action. On one hand, you have the combat broken down into melee and projectile weapon battle. On the other, you have the parkour-style navigation allowing you to traverse the battlefield using various avenues of approach. The melee offers multiple abilities you can unlock to take down your zombie and human opponents. The special moves like dodge and grapple take some getting used to, and some mental agility to pull off successfully, and this is mostly because the game's control scheme is weird, and impeccable timing is required to do things properly. However, once you get the hang of it, you'll find these skills to be a mix between fun and frustrating. Ranged battle suffers from the same weird controls, limited resources, and the fact that so much of the battling takes place in close quarters. Further, it takes way too many gunshots to take down your opponents once you actually get a hold of some real weapons. Next, we have our Builders category. Dying Light gives the player a skill tree chock full of melee, parkour, and agility-based skills. Unfortunately, you'll either have to spend tedious hours grinding, killing the same 4 enemy types, and leaping rooftops, or wait until much later in the game to get access to the skills that make the game more fun and less tedious. Now granted, gamers who are more task-oriented than I may be able to find some joy in the errand-running side quests, and thus be able to level and build your character much more quickly than I was able to do. Next, we have our Explorers category. This category is where Dying Light disappointed me the most. Although the parkour allows you great freedom to move about the game's maps, I came across very few items that encourage me to go out and explore. Thrill seekers, on the other hand, will dig feeling overwhelmed by the sheer number of zombies on the map. You'll be even more excited about the night cycle when the volatile super zombies come out to play and turn the action platformer into a stealth game. Perhaps Dying Light's worst offense was the lack of freedom it gives you to complete quests. For a parkour platformer, you spend way too much time in linear sewers and apartment building quote-unquote dungeons. The open world in Dying Light is pretty much rendered powerless for big-time explorers like me. And lastly, we have our Bookworms category. Dying Light's story struggles because it tries to cater to 2 very different demographics. Those who like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and those who want a deeper psychological explanation for why characters fight. What you end up with is a corny and contrived story that even seems to make fun of itself by the end. Okay, friends, so to sum things up, Dying Light is okay. I don't want to give you the impression that I absolutely think the game is terrible. It just wasn't for me, but it's okay. It's not great, and it's not terrible. Depending on the type of gamer you are, you may find it greatly enjoyable. Or if you're more like me, you'll find it way too linear and restrictive, and that it doesn't really give you enough incentive to go out and play in the playground that it affords you. I'd also like to toss in that co-op does add to the enjoyment of the game. For me, it cut down massively the parts of the game that were unbearably tedious, like having to go all the way across the map just to get a stupid quest to start. I could send one of my teammates to go do that, and then I could be where I was supposed to be in order to kick the quest off. For those of you who actually will enjoy the game, I imagine having a friend along for the ride will only make it better. And that's all I have for you today, friends. Thank you so much for joining us for this review. I hope you found it informative. Please leave your questions in the comment section. I feel like there's a lot more I have to say, but I don't want to make a video that's 40 minutes long to talk about all of my frustrations that I had with the game. Again, it's hard for me to recommend it to you guys because I personally didn't enjoy it very much, but I can see why particular types of gamers would enjoy this game and want to keep playing it and enjoying this kind of open world task management system. There's a lot to get into. It's just you have to be the type of person who's motivated by completing tasks instead of being motivated by building a character. So leave your questions, leave your comments if you've already played it. Also check out our Let's Play for the entire game. I played through the entire main quest line in our Let's Play. I'll have a link somewhere on this video annotation and in the link, the video description below. And until next time, friends, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We drop dope content all the time. Allow me to wish you peace and Godspeed. We'll see you back here on the next Alloy 7 video. And let me remind you to be excellent to each other. And to party on, dudes. Peace out.